Woo. It's your boy Mac True Story, all stories ain't true. This one is. Attica Prison. Catching pigeons and tagging them with bread ties. We're going to talk about that, right? Real quick. All first verse. So let me just start out like this, right? So I finally graduate to Attica. Get there in Attica Prison, you know what I'm saying? Now, you hear all the stories. The first thing that you remember is the Attica riots. They tell you about the Attica riots, but you never really know details about it. You just know urban tales or prison tales for that matter, right? They tell you all the stuff that happened. But when you first get there, I was shaking like Vegas crap dice. I ain't gonna lie. Just off the name. And I've been to HDM, and HDM is like a baby Attica. But it's nothing like that. When you in that hall, in that corridor in Attica, it's quiet. I'm talking about the halls are so long, you can't see. Like it's scary quiet. Especially when y'all going to chow and dudes really want to get the chow because they'll stop the line up. You know what I'm saying? So you won't get the chow. You feel me? So it's like a lot of quiet. It's pretty quiet. You say if you even whispering, they might stop the line. Let me share the screen with y'all. By the way, the Attica movie is coming out. They doing the Attica movie. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get to the comments in one quick second, but I want to share this with y'all. I'm gonna show you how to catch a pigeon. True story. All stories ain't true, but this one is. I promise you, you're gonna love this right here. First of all, before I get into the sharing the screen, and the mess hall, when you get to the mess hall in Attica, right? The mess hall, and for the people later on that's going to talk about like I sound like I miss jail. Yeah, whatever. If you miss this place after I tell you how I look, then you're a goof forever. All right. So dental floss. You need some dental floss. First of all, this is what happened, right? You have a window in the Attica in the mess hall. You know what I'm saying? And there's a little piece that's open, a little small slot that's open. You know what I'm saying? And there'd be a bunch of pigeons going up in there inside the window. So when you working in a mess hall like I was, like power. Where's that blur coming from? Let's stop that. Anyway, dental floss. Come on, man. What's up with this blur? Maybe I have to push this back a little bit. Yeah, there we go. All right. Take the dental floss while the birds is out there. Get you a nice little piece of dental floss. Oh. Boom. Now the birds is outside in the window. You throwing bread and stuff, but the pigeons are smart, man. It's almost like they could see what you thinking with them little ass eyes. They're like, what is he doing? Feeding us all this food. Meanwhile, we're in the back like this, making little ties like this. Just like that. And then you put the bread down, right? First and foremost, everybody got a different color tags for their birds. You know what I'm saying? Or if there's too many dudes catching birds, what they'll do is they'll cut the ties. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have like a half a tie on your bird, and I'll have a full tie on my bird. My color was red. You know what I'm saying? Take your bird, boom. And while they up in there, you leave a trail of bread. You throw it through the gate, boom, to that little opening where your hand could go through. Put that there. As soon as they put their feet in that joint and you pull this string, it's a wrap. It grabs their legs. I mean, it's savage the way we used to catch them. I used to try to catch sparrows too, because on my company, on myself, like during like Jeopardy time, like about 7 o'clock, the birds would come in on the company. You know what I'm saying? You feed them little ramen soups, crushing the ramen soups, throwing it out there. Some dudes don't like the pigeons. You know what I mean? Me, I ain't mind the pigeons coming up in there. They used to come up in my cell and everything. The sparrows flying all around in the mess hall too. But the pigeons are outside. That's why it was special to catch one. You know what I'm saying? Because you wasn't taking the pigeon back to your cell or nothing, but you tagged it, and people really cared about those birds. You know what I'm saying? Like they cared about them. Some dudes, after a certain amount of time, they would take the ties off of them. You know what I'm saying? And then catch them again later on. You feel me? Let me show y'all this. This is interesting, man. I remember this movie from back in the day, but I'm gonna share it with y'all real quick. Here we go. Y'all remember this? Shad, what's up? Michael, what's up, bro? Jonathan, salute. Mac, did you get them backwoods? I would love to go to prison, as crazy as it sounds. I had a pigeon coop in my cell. I would love. Okay. Y'all here early. All right.
No yard this morning. Back to the gallery. What for? Orders. Gonna keep locked all of us? Right. Hey, what's going on? So, what happened to Louis? In detention. Nobody touched him. Oh, yeah? Who said? I say, now let's go. Move! Back to the gallery. You lie.
In Hudson, we had snakes. I had snakes. I bred them snakes. They became an epidemic after I left, man. At KB. An epidemic of them joints. Snakes. I used to feed them salamanders. You pull up rocks in the yard. Next thing you know, salamanders be running out. You take them joints, give it to your snake. It's a nice little meal. This whole movie was a lie, by the way. They try to make it seem like the inmates killed the civilians when all the civilians died, except for one, because of shots. They shot their own people, man. Man. Let me show you the real drill. Some footage from that whole ordeal. Yeah, stay away from Attica, boys and girls. Here we go. Check this out, y'all.
Just 4 days, almost to the minute, after the convict insurrection started, state police, reinforced by sheriff's deputies, National Guardsmen, and correction officers, moving in on the prison.
They went up in there and had a field day.
To delay the action any longer would not only jeopardize innocent lives.
Them dudes was sitting ducks in that yard, man. That yard got 4 towers. Bang, 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 bang. Each yard got a gun tower.
But would threaten the security of the entire correctional system of the state. Armed rebellion of the type we have faced threatens the destruction.
He said, anybody got guns, pull up. Pull up. They sat on top of that yard and start dumping in there.
Of our free society. We cannot permit that destruction to happen.
Civilians, COs, inmates. They was ramming glass up dudes, batons, all type of stuff, man.
Go ahead. Very quiet.
Is there any reason to doubt the medical examiner who made the report yesterday?
You find it hard to believe.
I find it hard. Police sergeant? What's to say these cons didn't pull the hostages over the top of them to protect themselves?
Well, no, this was said.
That's been said. That's a possibility. I mean, you're not dealing with idiots in there. Them people are smart. If they channel.
Nah, they stood in that yard and dumped in that yard like they ain't have no sense. Hit everything, man. It was crazy.
And ideas in the right direction, we'd have to back those people.
It's at this point that when you hear the reports of the shooting, that they were shot rather than killed by having a throat slash. I mean, what's your first thought? You just have to know more, or what?
I
want to know more.
See, the black dude just turned his head when they asked that question. They sat in that yard and dumped in that yard. I was in C Block when I read the Attica book. I read the actual book, and I was up in there too. It used to be weird, man. I don't know. Some reason Attica's one of those jails that people like once you get there, you don't want to leave. I don't know if that makes any sense, but a lot of dudes didn't want to go to other jails. Like when it was time for me to go to Collins, I was like, man, I don't want to go over there. You get comfortable in jail. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. Why you think some of these cats act like they miss it? Why you think some of them get the opportunity of a lifetime? Come home, you know what I'm saying? You get the opportunity of a lifetime. You can have coochie whenever you want. You can open your refrigerator. You can make a cup of oatmeal at 12 o'clock at night. Make a video. You could think about when you was in Attica and say, I ain't never going back there. Hallelujah. Let me, you know, call my kids. Let me go hug my kid. Let me go smash my wife real quick. None of those options even exist. You know what? One thing that kept me out of jail, people always say, what kept you out of jail? It was a lady named Miss Taylor. It was two Miss Taylors. It was Nice Taylor, and then it was Mean Miss Taylor. I wanted to smash both of them. But one was mean and one was cool. The Mean Miss Taylor, the memory of her and how she used to come up in there, you know what I'm saying, yelling all up in, that was enough to keep me away from jail. But these cats be in a rush to go back, to be with their homies. Your boys, man, your boys.
Yes.
We want a full investigation. We want the truth. We don't want no cover-ups. We want the truth. No cover-ups, no political.
The two statements at variance initially suggested that all hostages died as a result of cut throats. The second statement suggested that the death of all hostages resulted from gunshot wounds.
Can you answer if anyone died because his throat was slashed as a
No.
result of your investigation?
No,
The no is that you can now answer or you don't know, sir.
I can now answer that they all died from gunshot wound. How could any have died
Foul.
of gunshot wounds?
Foul.
There are
Straight
several
lies.
answers to this question. The most important and obvious answer is the fact that the inmates had dressed all hostages in prison garb to ensure difficulty of identification between inmate and hostage.
They knew exactly where they was at, and the Muslims was holding them down.
Hostages could very well have been used as shields or forced forward into gunfire to suggest that they were not hostages and could have been mistaken for such because of their prison garb.
That's the lamest excuse in the world. It doesn't matter. They knew that cops was out there. They didn't care. They knew civilians was out there. They didn't care about that. They ain't mind that. They was like, sorry to say, but it looked racist to me. Looks racist. Here's the actual, like, when they went up in there right here. Like the news reporters and stuff. I hate riots too, man. I'm glad I wasn't there, man. God bless them dudes that went through that.
Here at Attica today or tomorrow, and we ask you to get together, get out.
Black and Latino reporters and a member of the establishment press. It was an attempt to speak directly to the public.
Y'all dudes running around here shooting that dope. Running around here shooting that dope. Getting high, raping them sisters, them white folks, and justifying it in the cause of revolution. Well, we're going to die here at Attica today or tomorrow. And we ask you to get together, get our people together, and unite.
The people in here are treated like dogs. Not only the black, the Puerto Rican, and the white. And we're going to get what we demand, or we're going to die trying.
With negotiations
Attica was a nightmare. Conditions, overcrowded. From the moment I got there, I was conscious of the racial prejudice. The guards, they were vicious. They had no qualms about calling you nigger. The prison ran on anger. It ran on fright. We heard that a prisoner was killed by guards in another prison. Everybody felt like if they did it to this guy, they can do it to anybody. It wasn't planned, it was spontaneous. I came out of the shower and everything was different. I'm naked, I'm soaking wet, I'm looking around, a riot had erupted, people are crazy, and I got crazy with them. It was just total chaos, you know? It was nobody in control.
You can make out the Molotov cocktails sitting on the ramp between the two chairs in the barricade.
We seen some guards from the metal shop that was taken hostage. Some of them got beat up.
We urgently demand immediate negotiations.
Over a course of about 2 or 3 days, we tried to negotiate with the authorities, but it was all a game. It wasn't really a negotiation. It was like make-believe. Things changed.
They was coming in there just to kill. Real talk. They was calling for extra guns. Look at them. Look how they packed up on that ceiling. I mean, on that roof.
Waiting for the assault to begin. The hostages are on the catwalk.
Look at that. You see that? That catwalk at the top where them inmates was at. They sent the bomb down there. Boom, and right after they did that, boom. It was like a smoke bomb, like a percussion bomb.
When they stormed the prison, you know, they came in dropping gas and shooting guns. I remember guys getting shot to pieces. I seen a guy, they took his head off and blood was pouring out of the stem where his neck was. I thought I was gonna die.
And they violated them for weeks after that.
I had nightmares like you wouldn't believe.
I remember coming out that door, that same exact door right there, and always thinking about this because they had pictures in the book. You know what I'm saying?
Scared to go to sleep.
The walls are still chipped up from gunshots. They never fixed it up. Crazy. Attica. The spot I ain't want to leave.
This went on for years. It was a very defining moment in my life. It changed me because
You ever see the pictures in that book? Lose your mind. Duck, duck, deuce. That is disturbing. Just want to do a quick 20-minute video, you know what I mean, based off the Attica thing, because the movie's about to come out. You know what I mean? I'm about to get up off of this. Holla at y'all tomorrow, man. I'm out of here.